I have spent nearly all the hours of this beautiful day researching post-traumatic stress disorder and complex post-traumatic stress disorder, the effects on the brain, the neurological restructurization of the brain, and how it completely rewires everything when you experience a scenario that triggers this sequence of events which result in you being called someone who has PTSD. PTSD itself is a name for something that you couldn't process at the time. So when something really traumatic happened and you weren't able to process it, and your body experiences all that damage, but your mind, your emotions, your energy weren't there. Your soul basically did a coward act and bailed on your body, and your body was left there with its consciousness and pain receptors and the pain body and everything else, experiencing the trauma, while your soul stayed in basic third person point of view and watched it happen. And then your soul comes back into the body once the trauma is over and has no idea how to integrate this. So then you form a split. So if the wiring was going this way, when the soul left, and it's basically like, F you body, I'm out. And then when it comes back, it's like, I don't know what to do. The lines don't match up anymore. I know I'm trying to figure out how to function properly, but something's missing because there's a gap in between what I know and what I experienced and what I know I experienced. Something is missing. So then your body and your mind and your spirit become misaligned. You don't know how to process what happened because you weren't there for all of it. You only remember fractions of it. And what you remember are from multiple different points of view. Your body, your emotions, the pain you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally, your consciousness, your subconscious, your soul consciousness, your higher self-consciousness, your I am self-consciousness, and from the point of view of the people, places, and things involved. This all is a part of it. You can research this if you want. By all means, go for it. So by the time you end up attempting to heal what's happening and to comprehend what's happening, you're basically reliving your entire life, reliving every traumatic experience that occurred from every form of you, utilizing neuro-linguistic programming to change the past, change the present, change the future, all the while you don't really realize you're just causing more PTSD because you're still not accepting what happened. You're still not forgiving the things that happened. You still haven't been forgiven. You still haven't been asked for forgiveness. And there's still no resolution to any of the wounds that occurred because the people that were involved turned their backs and left. The people that you put your faith in and trust in betrayed you, and you have no idea how to process that because you betrayed yourself on such a deep level that you don't comprehend that your soul bailed on your body and left your body to suffer. And then your consciousness, the totality of you, is supposed to make sense of all of this. So basically your body is the body, your soul is the soul, your consciousness is the God of everything that you experience, right? Quote unquote. And you got to make peace with all of this. All the while, you have to make peace with the entity, the being, the force known as God, Father God, and the goddess Mother God, for not intervening on the trauma that occurred. You also have to make peace and forgive Jesus Christ or your religious figure, Messiah person figure that didn't intervene to prevent this pain, because on some level you blame them for not assisting you or preventing what happened. then you end up having unforgiveness for an even greater source of consciousness, which is all of source itself, the energy that even God itself is made out of. All of it, right? And then you start blaming and being in unforgiveness for your life, the very elements themselves, earth, air, fire, and water, for contributing to the entirety of what happened to you. All the while, you still are ignoring the basic fundamental structure of you, the life that you lived, the things that happened to you, and how you weren't there for yourself. And even if you say you were, the thing that really you don't seem to comprehend, that I'm just comprehending now, you're blaming yourself for something you couldn't have known back then because you didn't know it back then. So you're not forgiving yourself for what happened to you because you feel that you should have known better. But the only way you would have known better is if you had spent your entire life studying the metaphysical, the physical, the genetic, the atomic, the fabric of reality, Gnosticism, all forms of religion, all forms of psychiatry, all forms of pharmaceutical medications and their interactions and all the side effects they had on your body that you don't even know about. The effects of radiation, nuclear radiation, wars, history, timelines, parallel realities, electromagnetic frequencies, electricity, air, earth, water, fire, and all the pollutants in your environment. How much the irritation you feel throughout an entire day based on multiple millions of things, from birds chirping when you're trying to sleep, to the toilet being clogged, to the coffee not being ready, to people in line, cars, road rage, grocery stores, neighbors, phone calls, gossip, YouTube, social media, lack of comprehension from people, places, and things, including yourself. All of this, and then you expect yourself to function like a being that you see out there, which then you blame yourself for later when you realize that out there is a reflection of in here. And out there, they are NPCs and backdrop people, bots, androids, holograms, robotics, all sorts of different extraterrestrial and interdimensional beings that you're unaware of, yet you compare yourself to them on an atomically micro level as if you and them are the same, but you're not. You feel they don't. That's how they can function in society and have a perfect body without any signs of metaphysical or metaphoric or spiritual damage upon their body, other than weight variances. While you, if you feel a certain way long enough, your body will emit a symptom and a disease based on that vibration. And yet you compare your evolution to theirs. But you don't realize that you're basically a wizard and they're muggles. They don't live by the same rules you do, and their rules don't apply to you. And when you attempt to make the rules apply the same way, you get another split. Because the soul bails again and says, I'm not doing this, I'm not a human, I'm a soul. And the body's like, but I'm human, I need to work by these rules. And the soul goes, no, you're not. You're a source energy incarnated in the flesh. The flesh obeys the rules of the soul and source. The source and soul don't obey the rules of the human. And then there's a split on that because you turn on your TV and programs and social media that all say, we are all the same. And then we all kill each other and fight each other and eat each other, which then makes the soul bail again. All the while, you sit there wondering why you have PTSD, why your ex betrayed you, why your parents abandoned you, why you can't have a relationship, why you want to do all these things, why you want to smoke or why you do smoke, why you drink or why you want to drink. why you're celibate or why you're a whore. It doesn't matter. It is simply a split between the soul and the body. That's all it is. But in order to fix it, you have to become aware of your entire life, of the entirety of existence, step by step, thread by thread. And everyone that has ever done anything hurtful to you or to me on some massive, universal, multiversal level was designed to do those things to you by your intention to wake your life up so that you can wake up and differentiate yourself from and I apologize to the cows, the cattle known as the human species, and you as God in flesh walking among this kaleidoscope of lemmings, here to guide them and teach them and help them grow, all the while you think that you're a part of them and that you need help being guided and grown. But you're the one here to help them. So how do you heal PTSD? You accept that you don't have it. You accept that this world is completely fucked up and people do horrible things to each other. And that you don't have to forgive any of them. You don't have to do it. You don't have to forgive yourself. You can spend the rest of your life being a bitter bitch. You can spend the rest of your life being a jaded asshole. You can go and cheat on people. You can go beat the shit out of somebody. You can go kill anybody. You can go do whatever the fuck you want. Problem is, your consciousness is going to have to deal with it because you have one, they don't. So you want to be an asshole? Go for it. Can you forgive yourself for what's already happened? No, you have to shut your heart off to do so, right? So you want to help yourself, you want to heal yourself, you want to be male or female, you want to be this or that. First of all, draw the line in the sand and accept to yourself that you are something different than everyone else you see. Then look at yourself and realize that you have been playing by the rules of a species that isn't playing by your rules. They're not playing by the rules of decency, while you are. They're stealing from you, they're abusing you, they're lying to you, they're cheating on you, while you're trying to do good by them. But no one's doing good by you, which is causing your pain. And if you continue pain externally, it only hurts you. So you are completely obligated and trapped to be a good person. The easy way is to be an asshole and say, forget everything, I'm just going to be an asshole. But then you're going to hate yourself even more. Which means then you got to keep hating yourself so much that you stop caring about yourself. And that's not the way. And the way isn't to heaven or any of that stuff, okay? So just get that out of your head. The way is for you to be at peace with your own life first. Then we can worry about heaven. So you want to cure PTSD, you think a subliminal is going to help you, you think a therapist is going to help you, or a psychiatrist or medication, good luck. Let me know what works. I've spent 25 years trying and I still haven't found a cure for it. Until this very moment. The only real way to do it is to wake your ass up. You're not like them. They're not like you. You're not above them. You're not beneath them. You are for the lack of a better word, you are source energy in human flesh. They are human flesh in human flesh. They are not source energy in human flesh. You are, which means you have a responsibility to take care of them. Which means you have to take care of yourself first. Which means you forgive yourself. Not because of what happened or what did happen or what didn't happen or what you knew or what you didn't know, but simply because it's the only way. They will never know how much they hurt you to come to you and ask for forgiveness. They don't have the heart center. They don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have it. Are you getting it? You have the heart center. You're the one that feels. You are the one with compassion. They don't. You teach them how to feel by being an example to them. This is why Christ said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," because they know not what they do. And you live by their rules, and then you hurt yourself in that act, and then you are abused and damaged, and you think that someone can help you when no one knows how much pain you're actually capable of handling. To you, to them, what you feel is a fucking horror show. They can't imagine it. They can't fathom one moment of your capacity to love or to hate. It's unimaginable to them. They don't get it. So you want to heal your PTSD? Stop pretending like you have it. The only issue is that you went through something that you needed support for, and no one was there to support you because none of them comprehended what you went through. And God wasn't there for you because God is trying to teach you. Source wasn't there for you because you're sourced. You're supposed to be there for you. Nature and elements and everything else couldn't be there for you because all they can do is provide and hold space for you like the divine feminine is designed to do. Your parents weren't there for you because they're not programmed to be there for you. It doesn't work that way here. If it did, I would have been hugged when I was 2 or 3 or for the last 38 years, but I wasn't. I had to raise myself. I didn't have a God to go and be like, "God, help me with this." No, God told me, "You have to figure it out yourself. This is for you to learn how to be your own God." That's what my God told me. When I prayed to Jesus, Jesus didn't come to help me. Jesus came to teach me. I haven't had compassion. I've had everything taken from me. I haven't had an easy life. I've had garden furniture. I haven't had true love. I have had backstabbing. This world isn't meant for people like us. You have to stop being so hard on yourself. Because you really can't be harder on yourself, and I've been on myself, and you can't really suffer enough to get someone to comfort you. Trust me on that. So put the pain aside. Pick up your panties, buckle your belt, put your big girl shoes or, big boy pants on, calm your tits and flex those abs, smile, brush your teeth, comb your hair, take a nice shower, and be your own God. Be your own Christed being. Be your own love of your life, because no one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself first to set the standard, because they don't know any better. All they know is what they're shown on movies, what's been written in Bibles, what's been shown in slaughter fests, what they're eating and consuming with their eyes, ears, and mouths. And then they release all of the God-given energy to them through their genitals. And they think that clicking things on social media means that they're showing support. They're babies. They are infants of a species. And you have dumbed yourself down to their level so that you don't feel alone. And I would really appreciate it if you started acting like yourself, because I'm tired of being alone. It would be nice if the rest of you God people showed up, because I'm getting really fucking lonely here by myself. I've been babysitting for so long, I don't know what to do anymore. I haven't had anybody to comfort me, I haven't had anybody to support me, and the ones that did betrayed me more than they supported me. Right down to the deities I thought were supposed to protect me. They were the first ones who threw me into hell. So I have no words of kindness for you, because there is no kindness here. You are that kindness. And if you choose to act like them, you take more kindness out of the world. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've had to suffer. Yes, you've been traumatized, brutalized, raped, stolen from, betrayed, abandoned, neglected, gaslit, Stockholm Syndrome, everything else. And I am truly sorry for what you've experienced. And I wish I could take it away. But I can't. And neither can you. So you can either spend the rest of your life crying and hoping eventually someone's going to be evolved enough to know what you went through and put your broken pieces back together. Or you can pick up what's left of your soul and move forward as a whole being, or what's left of you, before there's nothing left of you. Because if there is at least one person in this world that could really be your friend and really stand by you until eternity itself disappears, it's me. And I would really appreciate to have a real friend in this world who also feels as deeply as I do, or greater. So get off your ass and actually start helping. Because the more you do to help these nitwits, the less nitwits there are in the world. The more you send good thoughts to the people in power, the less stupidity there is in the world. The more you imagine greater for these people, the more their world is better, and therefore they will be able to be better to you. The more you actually listen to the words of Christ, who told you that you are gods among men, then you will realize that you're the God and they're the men. So do your job as God among men.